So today we're going to be going through the dynamic report push external module. Um, so this is an external module that essentially allows you to transfer data that you've pulled into a report and push that data into another project. There are a couple of modules that allow you to copy data across projects, but the advantage of this one is that you can configure and customize all the logic and filters in your report to get exactly the information you want. And then you can review that data before pushing it to another project. So you just have a little bit more hands-on control. You can also set this module up to transfer multiple reports to multiple different projects, although you do need to configure them all separately, and I'm going to be walking you through how to do that. What we're looking at right now is the documentation for this module. This is available with most external modules just as a downloadable PDF, just to review the instructions if you ever need to go back and reference them. Okay, so I've got my project all set up to go through this. And the first thing I want to do is make sure that I have all of the relevant user rights permissions. Um, to get this module all set up, what you need is organ the reports permissions, of course. You're also going to need API user permissions for this particular module, and then configuration permission for all of your external modules as well. Okay, so the core component of this module is the report itself. You can add as many filters or specifications as you want to narrow down on the records that you want to get. I've built this report. It just contains email, phone number, and record ID, and then I have a couple of conditions that I'm filtering on to get a specific set of records. So what you want to keep in mind for this module is that when you're copying this data over, the only thing that gets copied are the fields that you include in the report. So it's just going to copy these three fields. It's not going to copy over these criteria, even though they're being used as a filter, because they're not included in the report itself. And then the second thing to keep in mind with this module is that whichever fields that you're copying over, these fields need to be in the target project that you're copying to with the same field names. So it needs to be exactly the same kind of field between the two projects. All right. So we've got our report. Now let's actually get the external module all set up. As we do with all external modules, I'm going to go to the Manage page for my external modules, and I'm going to enable the Dynamic Report Push module here. And that's going to show up in my list. Okay, so let's take a look at our configuration settings. You can pretty much ignore this first option. This is basically just asking, do you want this module to be visible to non-admins on the project? And then these other two options, this is a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to revisit this with my second example. For my first example, I'm just going to go through the basics. And these fields might autofill. You can clear that data. It doesn't take your net ID, it takes the project information. So first of all, we need the either project title or the project ID of the project that we want to push the data into. If you can kind of see on the side here under my project bookmarks, I've set up the projects that I'm going to be transferring data to. So I'm just going to grab the project ID that I put into my bookmark, 23914. Okay. And then I need to go to that project and also grab its API token. So I'm going to make sure that I save this before I exit, and it's going to let me know that it hasn't been properly set up yet, which is fine. I'm going to go to my secondary project, and this is an empty project. I have no records in here, but I do have the fields that I want to be adding in. So I'm going to go to my API menu, I'm going to go ahead and copy my token. And just as a reminder, as a rule of thumb, never share your API tokens with other people, just to make sure that you're being secure. So let's go back to the configuration. I'm going to add this API token to project where the data will be pushed. Make sure you're not getting these two confused. This is the API token for the current project, which I'm going to grab. Same thing, API menu. We copy this over and add it in right here. Okay, so we have our API tokens, we have our target project ID. The next thing we need is the report ID for the report that we're going to push. Now, where can you find the report ID? That is going to be under your reports. If you go to this edit page, this is going to give you a summary of all of your reports. And you can find the report ID in this column on the right-hand side. This is going to be 99571, so I'm going to copy that. Another way to find your report ID is if you click on the report itself and you take a look up here in the URL, you're going to see a little section here that says report ID equals, and you can also copy the report ID right from the URL. So manage, configure, and this is the last piece that we need for just the basic setup for the dynamic report push. So I'm going to save this. And let's take a look at what this looks like when we actually push the data over. So in this report, I have 10 records. Notice that these aren't necessarily in numeric order, they're record IDs because I've filtered a couple of them out. So to actually trigger the dynamic report push, if you go down to your external modules section, you'll notice two little additions here, these two links. This is not a link to the configuration page. This is actually the trigger for the external module to push the data. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there is no way to rename these into something a little bit more intuitive. So just keep in mind that every time you click on this, it's going to try to push your data. So let me do that now. And now I can see, okay, in this target project, there are now 10 records. So if I go back to this project and I take a look at my record status dashboard, these records have been added in. And notice that they're not following the auto numbering scheme. It's not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the exact same record ID from the original project. So if you're pushing data into a project that already has records in it, you need to make sure that your records are lining up across the two projects, or else you're going to be overwriting data or things are going to get scrambled and it'll be a big mess. So if I go into one of these records, I can see that not everything has been pushed over. It's only the phone number and the email, which was what was in my report. Okay, so that's the dynamic report push at its most basic level, but there are a couple other configuration options that we skipped over, and I'm going to show you what those are for with a second example. Let's go back to our external modules. And I'm going to configure my second report push. And you can add as many of these configurations as you would like. You just need to click on this little plus button up here. So let's get the basics out of the way first. I'm going to push this into my second example project, which is 23325. Let's open that project up. This is an empty project, but notice that this is actually a longitudinal project. So as we're doing the setup, we'll need to define the event that we're pushing the data to. But for now, I'm going to grab my API token. Let's copy this into here. And then my source project API token. And finally, my report ID. grabbing that right from the URL. Okay, so let's revisit this check to use flag option. So with the original dynamic report push, every time you trigger that push, it's going to resend the data. Obviously, if you want to keep both sides completely up to date, then that's a good thing, because as you update the one project, that those changes will be transferred to the other project. But if you never want that data to be overwritten, and you never want those records to be pushed more than once, you can enable this check to use flag. So basically what this is a field. It has to be a yes or no field, that when you push the record, it automatically sets the value to yes. So I've already created a field which we'll use for this. It's this push report field. You can type it in here to find it. And I'm going to enable that. So currently for all of my records, this value is set to no. And then I'll show you once we do the push, they'll all be set to yes. Okay. And then our last piece, as I mentioned, our target project is longitudinal. So we need to decide which event do we want to push the data into. And I'm going to say, let's put it in follow-up 1. Okay. So let's save this. All right, let's take a look at the report that we're actually going to be pushing data to. It just has first, last name, group. This is all example data. And I have 17 records out of my 20 pool of 25. Okay. So now when I go to trigger, this DRP2 is my trigger for my second dynamic report push. I'm going to click this. So I've successfully pushed 17 records into project 23325. Let's go back over here and make sure. Okay, I've successfully copied this over, and it's in only the event follow-up 1 because that's the one we specified. If I take a look at this, it's copied over first and last name and group, but not the phone number or email because I didn't include those in my report. Okay. Now, if we go back to our original project and we try to run this report again, there's 0 records because what I've done is I've added that push report field as a filter in this report. If I say if it's not equal to yes, kick it out because it's already been pushed. It's important to note that this filtering process is not done automatically by the module. You do need to build it manually into your report. However, you don't need to go and change all of these records individually. If I take a look at record 1, this was no, it's now automatically set to yes. And let me find a record that we didn't push. Okay. If we look at record 2, for example, this was never pushed to project 2. So this value is still set to no. And this will work even if it's blank as well. It's just whenever it's not yes. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics of the dynamic report push module. One more little piece. If you are going from a longitudinal project to a classic project, and you kind of want to scrub the event name from your data, you can click this option and that will basically convert it from longitudinal to classic in the process of pushing it. And the same concept applies if you have a repeating instrument and you're going to kind of a non-repeating form in another project, then you can click this option and it will it'll transfer it to just a one-time data event. Okay, so what is this module actually useful for? So as I said, it's an easy way to copy records in bulk to another project. If you're putting together like a data warehouse from a couple different studies, this would be very helpful because it's a very simple way to kind of combine exactly the data you want and move it along to a central project. Or if you've separated, say you have a screening pipeline and then you have your main enrollment and your main project, you can have a chance to review the data before you push it into another project instead of doing it automatically, but you also don't have to copy every single field manually. And of course, if you're doing any kind of second stage project, say you have a year one and then a year two, and you have participants rolling over, this is an easy way to kind of filter out a subset of them and to be able to copy them over. And that is all I have for this module. Does anyone have any questions?